The last memory of something often distorts reality. You have a favorable impression because it's the last thing you see. You know, people always go into Facebook and they're hooking up with their ex this and their ex that. And it's like, there's a reason you're not together, right? But, she sent me a picture the other day. And you think back to maybe the last good time you had. And you're like, that was a great relationship. And it's like, no, you hated each other when they broke it up. I'll give you an example. Peyton Manning. When you think Peyton Manning in his last year, everybody's like, Super Bowl. Peyton Manning was amazing. Drop the mic. Peyton Manning was terrible his last year. But the last thing you saw was him holding the trophy. He had 9 touchdowns and 17 interceptions. He was benched for Brock Osweiler. He was terrible. Remember that last year? He got benched for Brock Osweiler. But he holds the trophy, and you don't remember a thing. How about Kobe Bryant? Scored 60 in his last game, Joy. What a performance. Kobe Bryant's amazing. Yeah, I was here in Los Angeles. Did you watch that last year? Kobe acknowledges he was awful. He shot 36%. He averaged 7 a game mostly because he decided, I'm going to shoot 7 threes a game. Now, he was great in the last night. It was an amazing performance, but Kobe would tell you. Kobe's only been bad once in his career. Most of the last regular season. That's about it. The rest of the career is unbelievable. But that last 60-point game. How about Derek Jeter? He wasn't very good that year. No, he really scrapped. He had no range. Career low in homers 4. Hit about 255. Peyton Manning, Kobe, Derek Jeter. You forget because the last memory of something distorts it. So I'm watching Baker Mayfield last night, and I'm thinking, Baker Mayfield. Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam. The last memory he's going to have of Baker Mayfield is chopping through those 3rd and 4th teamers. He was facing a lot of UPS drivers last night. If you notice over the next month, that guy delivering a package for you for UPS is holding it like a football, that's because he played for the Lions like an hour ago. And he led 25-0 at half, and Baker Mayfield sat down, and that is the last memory of Baker Mayfield. Just tearing it up in week 4 of the preseason. Effective, productive, 25-0. Man, he didn't even need to play the second half. And what is our last memory of Tyrod Taylor? Ugly 5-0 win. Couldn't stay healthy, screaming in pain on the sidelines, comes back, can't move the football. And oh, by the way, the Browns open with the Steelers and the Saints and will be 0-2. And then facing the Jets and Sam Darnold, who is starting and probably looks pretty good for a rookie. And Jimmy Haslam is going to be in week 3 saying, well, how come their guy's starting? I mean, last time I saw my guy, it was 25-0. They're dominating. The last memory distorts things. It distorts things. Baker Mayfield just looked terrific last night against UPS drivers. Tyrod Taylor had to face, Philadelphia's starting defense and looked overwhelmed a little bit, thrown around a little bit, hurt a little bit, came back and did nothing a lot of it. Baker's starting. All you Baker fans, he's going to start sooner than everybody is predicting. Mark it down. I've said this before. There is a real division in the NFL with Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott. Now, there's one camp, overrated. It's all about Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys' offensive line makes him look way better than he is. That's one camp, and that camp's got a lot of people in it. Then there's my camp. My camp is, did you see the preseason? The Cowboys were 0-4, and Dak almost didn't even play. Now, when he did play, 13 for 18, 72% completion rate, couple of touchdowns, no picks, 128 passer rating. And you say it's just the preseason. Let me say this again. I now know what the Cowboys looked like before Dak Prescott arrived a couple years ago. They were 4-12, and it wasn't just 4-12. You remember, Joy, it was utter chaos 4-12. Then I've seen what they've done with Dak the last 2 years, 32 starts, 22 wins, and of the 10 losses, 5 are one possession in a very tough division and in the superior NFC. And then I have this last month of preseason games where Dak basically doesn't play, and they were only effective for about 30 plays to 50 plays in the preseason. Those were all the ones Dak played in. Okay, that's the camp I'm in. Okay, when I watch Dak Prescott, I want you to remember something. And I've said this before. The ability to stabilize chaos is a massively underrated skill. Chaos before Dak, chaos in the preseason. Wins 22 of 32 with Dak Prescott. This is the loudest franchise in the NFL. It is the most watched franchise in the NFL. It is the most scrutinized franchise in the NFL. These are the choppiest waters in the NFL. The captain of this ship doesn't have to be the world's best captain. But I want somebody when the seas are that choppy that can take a little of the chop out of the choppiness. And first season, Dak Prescott, never-ending questions about Tony Romo. Last season, never-ending questions about Ezekiel Elliott. And not once did he ever step in it. Not once did he ever unravel. I remember asking Jimmy Johnson, legendary football coach here at Fox. I asked him about leadership one time, and here's what Jimmy Johnson said to me.
You know, Colin, I really don't know what leadership means. I think it really depends on the individual, what they're looking for. I think there's inspirational players.
Okay.
I think they're players that set an example. I think there's motivational players. But I don't know what a leader is.
Either do I, but I know it when I see it. I don't know how to describe it either. It's a bunch of it quality stuff, but I know it when I see it. And in the loudest owner, a troubled running back, massive injuries, biggest brand, always in prime time, pre and post, awful, chaotic. With him, 22 of 32 wins, and could have won 5 of the remaining 10. They were one-possession games. There's 2 camps with him. You watch the preseason, I'm in the camp that says this guy is underrated, not being carried by Zeke and that offensive line. Can't wait for the season to start for the Cowboys. I have them as a winning record and a team vying for the playoffs. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.